Okay, we are live. I'm doing psychic readings and I want to talk about past lives and the influence that they have on our current day reality. And we're going to do psychic readings and probably past life stuff will come up, but regardless, I want to do past lives, just talk about past lives as well, because I'm holding a 3-day masterclass next week. So we're going deep into past lives, all things past lives, but specifically on health, wealth, and love, and how past lives are holding you back from experiencing those 3 things in the essence that you want in this lifetime. And we're going to unlock them and dive deep. So I'm really, really excited about our 3-day masterclass next week on past lives. Link is in the title of this live stream. You can find it on my page. I'll post about it as well. So we're going to dive into some psychic readings today and talk about these past lives influencing your current day reality. Hi Lauren, say hi when you join live. I'm just going to share this as always, and then we shall jump into some psychic readings. So I'm curious if you guys have done much past life work at all or know much about them as well. And I did something a little bit sneaky. I extended Transcendence for an extra 24 hours, so you can still get into Transcendence. It's our 6-week course that started yesterday. I've been going through people's missions that they've posted in the group. So part of it is posting in your missions / goals. And we work with them very specifically through energetics in Transcendence. Over the 6-week period, you get lifetime access, so that every 9 months when we do Transcendence, you get to layer upon layer upon layer. And last night when I was meditating, when Transcendence opens for the next round, it's going to be double in price. So in 9 months' time, if you want to join Transcendence, it will be 1,111. At the moment it's 555, and I've extended it for an extra 24 hours. So you can still get in for Transcendence as well. But that will be the last time, this will be the last time that you'll see it at this current price as well. So it's a little bit exciting because I was going through all the missions in there, and the energy and the vibe in there is it's very Transcendence. If you can feel into Transcendence, and when you actually see the Transcendence picture and the energy is something else. It's very, very different in a very special, unique way. It's definitely got its own energy, Transcendence. So I'm a little bit excited about it. Especially what I've been seeing people post in the group, and I'm typing in Transcendence and I'm trying to find the live stream to share because I'm talking about Transcendence. And I'm trying to multitask and that doesn't really happen. So hang on a second, I'm getting there. All right, now I'm gonna put my phone down. Thank goodness for that. Just gonna bring up the comments on this computer here on my laptop so I can see them as well, what you guys are putting in, because there's all these comments going through and I'm getting there. Okay. Let me just pop this back here. I'm on the right page. Yes, sweet. All right, let's bring this a little bit closer. All right. Yes, you made it. Leanne says, last night I had a dream about a lady telling me of my past lives. It's really present at the moment, and the reason that I'm holding this 3-day masterclass on past lives, and we're specifically looking at how past lives are holding you back and unlocking those pieces that are holding you back, that are still playing out in today's society, right? In today's life, yeah? The eclipse season is coming up, and I was shown to do this masterclass now before the eclipse season. The eclipse season starts, we've got one on the end of April, and then I think there's 2 in May. I'll need to double check that, but it's we're starting to go into it. And I was shown to do this beforehand so we can it's almost not amplify what's been in the past, but we're unlocking that so there's a clean slate and a clear slate to work with the eclipses in a different energy and a different vortex, yeah? So I love that this has come through for you, Leanne. She says, I had a dream last night about a lady telling me of my past lives. Unfortunately, I can't remember what she told me about them. I remember everything else in the dream. I'm asking Spirit to help me with remembering. Awesome. Yeah, so that's really exciting. And Leanne, you're in the inner circle, so you'll get immediate access, of course, to the past life present. So if you're in the inner circle, guys, so Transcendence Reality Society, I'm just going to move this down a bit. Transcendence Reality Society is the inner circle for reality awareness, and when you're in the inner circle, you get automatic access to everything that I release. So whether it's a masterclass or a meditation or a new course, like, so if you join the inner circle, you get access to Transcendence, right, which is 555. That will be increasing. This will be the last 24 hours that you can get in. Well, yeah, the last 24 hours that you can get in to Transcendence at this price. Next round, it's going to be doubling in price. So, or like I said, if you're in the inner circle, you get access to everything. So I just love that that's coming through for you about the past life stuff, because you're automatically in there as well. Yeah, so this is so good. Hi Caroline, hi everybody. I see you all joining in, saying hello, so welcome. Okay, all right, that's all right, you picked it up, Michelle. You must have heard me. You must have intuitively heard me. My name has a H on the end. I love it. Oh, Destiny says, so grateful to be in your inner circle. I love the Transcendence energy. Everything's got its own energy in my world, right? They come through me. It's not stuff I do. They all come through me. It's all got its own energy and stuff. I'm like, this live stream seems weird. It looks alright on the thing. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, everything's got its own energy. Everything's potent and powerful, and then it's got its own energy all in itself, yeah? So good. Jasmine says, can I have one if you have time? Does anyone else feel like there's new guides that are coming through? Do you know what? It's so awesome that you brought that up, because I definitely feel that, like, Transcendence energy itself is its own, like, thing. And, you know, its own energy, its own vibe. And I'm sorry, but this live stream is really annoying me. I know it, like, looks all right, but it's like, it's on an angle, but it's not. I'm just going to leave it there. That's fine. Don't touch it. It's fine. So if you follow or listen to Pam Gregory, she's the astrologer, she's been talking about obviously the astrological stuff that's going on, and also the light in the sky. And that is something that I've really noticed as well. Like, if you've seen my stories, I'm always hopping on about the platinum light. I'm like, the platinum light's here, the platinum light's going now. I'm like, look at this sunset, there's the platinum light again. I'm like, it's so distinct. And I've noticed it from since about mid-February. It's like, I'm like, wow, is anyone else seeing this? I'm like, something is coming. And then all the floods happen, and I'm like, you know, I don't think that that's the thing, right? So, I don't think that's why, because that's a whole nother story, the floods. So anyway, I won't go into that right now. You guys know, if you're in my Telegram group, that's where I talk about all the world stuff, because I like to stay visible and present so I can connect with you guys. But if you want to talk about world stuff, my Telegram group is where I talk about all the stuff, you know? Anyway, so the platinum light. So Pam Gregory is also talking about the different light in the sky, and I was like, yes, that's the platinum light. I call it platinum light. It looks like that when the sun's going down. It's also when the sun rises. I really, really notice it. It's very, very distinct. And so she didn't specifically talk about new guides coming through, but with the light that I've been seeing, I'm like, something is coming. Remember how, like, all these times that I've been sharing, it's raining really loud, and you guys can hear that, but rain starting. So like, over this time and all the world stuff going on, and I'm like, it's bigger than us. There's something bigger that has to step in and stop it, right? Because at the end of the day, we can do all the inner work, we can do all the outer work, we can make our contributions to the planet, and that's important. But when we look at how deep this is and how big this is, like I keep saying, and it's the feeling that I've been having. I'm like, something bigger than us has to step in to stop this. Something bigger than us steps into, yeah, new vibration coming, yeah. And I also feel it's like a new consciousness, like, I don't know if new, it's an upgraded consciousness. You know, consciousness is awakening on the planet. We're changing, we're moving into a different astrological era, like all these pieces, right? And so it's all coming, you know, into play in a sense that this is really, you know, like the new guides coming through, new consciousness coming through, new energy coming through. A lot of people have been feeling really wiped with the energy, you know, but it's like these are upgrades that are coming through. And Pam Gregory actually said, you know, like she like sits there and like shouldn't say these words exactly, but basically meditates with it, asks it for the light, like when you see that platinum light, the upgrades, the consciousness. So, you know, if you're feeling like new spirit guides coming through or hearing them or connecting with them, like, you know, trust that and trust the messages and let yourself receive the energetic upgrades. You know, like when I put it on my, you know, story and stuff, like I'm out there absorbing it. I usually sun gaze as it is every sunset. And, you know, but looking at the platinum light, I'm like, wait for the platinum light to show itself too. And I'm like, you know, absorbing it in through my skin, my blood, my bones. Like, yeah, it's definitely an upgrading in consciousness. And it's really important that we take the time to let ourselves receive these upgrades. Like, these are a gift that we're being given at the moment too, right? So, yeah, 100%. Okay, so yes for the light. Really awesome that you brought that up, because, you know, when we're looking at these past lives, right? So the past life presence 3-day masterclass that I'm holding next week, link is in the title of this live stream. I'll also pop it in the comments now as I'm talking. So with clients over the past like 2 to 3 years, there's been some really interesting things that have been coming up when I've been working with my clients on the past life stuff. And it's been coming up in a way that, like, we go deep and we do all the unpicking and all those sorts of things, right? And the same message that I've been getting has been coming through for a lot of people. And it is that we've reached a point in consciousness, we've reached a point in awakening, we've reached a point in human evolution, whatever you want to call it, that we don't actually, like, we won't be repeating the same karmic cycles anymore. And I want to say, if you're doing the work, like, is that only if you're doing the work, or is that as a collective, the amount of people that are doing the work are shifting the consciousness and shifting the cycles and shifting what's been playing out, which I feel is more the thing, and then that's rippling out. So eventually everyone won't be playing out those karmic cycles anymore, but there's people like us that are way showers, light workers, blah blah blah, that do the work, that's how we change the world, right? Ultimately. So we're reaching a point in consciousness where the old codes, the old consciousness, the even the concept of karmic cycles and patterns is just not relevant anymore. It's not playing out anymore. And the people that I've been working with deeply on the past lives and clearing and cutting the vows and the cords and all the things that go on, right? Like, I've been getting the message for them. I've been getting the message. I'm like, wow, and that's the end of the cycle. Like, I don't think that it feels like, you know, the person that they're cutting ties with, for example, right? Or it could be career or like, there's so many different layers. And like I said, in the 3-day masterclass, we're going to focus on 3 specific topics. Like, there's lots we can focus on, right? We're going to focus on health, wealth, and love as the 3 topics over the 3 days that we're specifically going to work through together in this masterclass. So that's next week. The link is in the title, and you can check out a link in the comments here. We start on Wednesday/Tuesday night, depending on where you are in the world. So it's like the karmic shifts is that you've done enough work. You've received the lesson. You don't need to play out this karmic. You know how they say, like, when you die, you come back and repeat the same lessons and then play out in the same people and the same cycles. Like, the people who are doing the work now, that's not the case anymore. And the consciousness is shifting, that the old karmic concept becomes null and void. It's irrelevant, right? And so that changes the whole concept of the law of attraction, of all the spiritual teachings on the planet. I want to say, from the old stuff. That's changing. It's changing at the moment, right? So Nara says, I've had a strong sense of potential past life occurrences. Yes, I used to have a recurring dream when I was a child for years of being tortured. A stark difference to waking life, stark difference, I think. I don't have it anymore. I've also popped in others' dreams, helping them with shadow work. Yeah. So I guess so many people, they're like, message me, they're like, I had a dream last night and you were like counseling me in your dream. I'm like, yep. It's like, there's another one. And it sort of happens in waves. It's kind of interesting. I'm like, is that why I'm so tired? No. So Nara, if you're still live, do you mind letting me know how old you were when you were having those dreams as a child, and when they sort of stopped, if you remember roughly at all? Because yeah, there's different pieces with that for sure. All right. Michelle says, I've been having the worst days ever in my life lately. The energies have been really strong. The energies have been strong. The upgrades have been coming in thick and fast. And I don't know if evil people on the planet is the right word. The people in charge on the planet that are trying to suppress what's going on in a bigger picture, like the platinum light and what that actually means for consciousness and humanity, they're trying to suppress it even more with things in the air and putting a layer between us and the platinum light, for example, or that like amazing solar flare stuff that was happening and it was creating all these things in the sky. That day that we could have seen that, like here in Australia, like there was like cloud trains across the sky, and because I went outside and I was like, oh yeah, I saw that this afternoon and now I can't see the stars tonight. How freaking interesting. Oh, on today's date, oh, that's interesting. We'll talk about that in Telegram. But it's a thing, right? So they're trying, as the consciousness is rising and we're feeling the upgrades and seeing all the things, that also like, yeah. So I don't specifically want to say the words on here, Shane, because I'd rather say visible. So we talked deeply about that in my Telegram group, right? Offsite. We talk about the offsite stuff. Is that what we call it? I don't know why I said that. All right. So yes, I'm just checking these things. Oh, I love that, Billy. I dreamt about looking into a mirror and seeing myself the way others do. That's so in alignment with my identity live stream. Did you watch that yesterday? So the identity live stream that I did yesterday, if you scroll on my page, would probably be the next one. Actually, I haven't really posted anything since then. Like, that's so in alignment with identity. I'm just excited because I'm like, that's identity. And like with what's coming up in transcendence for people that we're like transcending through and like allowing us to see ourselves. So people like, that was so awesome. And then you pulled an oracle card. It was all about mirrors and letting go of false beliefs about yourself. Like this, it's like the new identity. It literally was what I was talking about yesterday. I don't know if you watched the live stream, but it's very in alignment there. So exciting. Okay. Platinum light, yes, it's such a thing, right? I just feel it's such a, oh, thanks, Destiny. Destiny just shared the Telegram link there, so you can join the group. Michelle says pretty much no, I'm not doing what my guides or guardian angels are telling me. There we go, I'm kind of stubborn. I wouldn't use stubborn, I would use scared. Is probably more what's going on deep down, yeah? Yeah, so many people waking up, even actors and musicians, are making public statements about going through the spiritual awakening and talking about their psychic abilities. Yeah, it's a thing, right? It's definitely a thing. Yeah, sunset meditation every night. Yeah, it's very powerful to gaze into the sun on sunset and sunrise. Been having intense dreams and huge shadow work, chakras unblocking this week. Yes. Some people are really losing a lot of people at the moment. And you know how we've been quote unquote struggling with the energies, or, you know, I say struggling, it's not really the right word. There's been a lot of strong energy, and I find when there is a lot of upgrades and strong energies coming through on the planet, a lot of people choose to go because they don't know how to handle the energies. They don't know they don't even know what the energies are. They don't know what they're feeling. And it just sucks them down, right? And that's why it's so important when we, you know, feel into our purpose and we know this stuff, to start using your voice and speaking and sharing your message and doing all of that. Because if you know, this is, you know, I feel like a lot of people can be quote unquote saved. Of course, they have to be willing to do the work and willing to be open and, you know, hear the message, etc. But the more of us that are talking about what we know, the more those people are going to listen to you. Because, for example, the people that come and see my live stream and I'm talking about, you know, whatever, awakening consciousness, or these are the energies, or this is how you will be feeling, it's just a feeling, blah, 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 all the things I talk about, right? You've seen on my live streams. Someone that comes along, they're like, oh, who's this chick? She's got a moon on her forehead and whatever. But if they're your friend, or you know them through a circle of yours or something, and you get on live stream and we're talking about pretty much the same thing, right? But you're telling it in your understanding and your experience and your blah, blah, blah. They're going to listen to you. They're not going to listen to me, but they'll listen to you. And we're talking about the same thing, and you could save them, right? And I'm not saying we save people, but you understand the concept of what I'm saying. And this is why it's so important to talk about this is your purpose, this is your passion. Like in some way, shape or form, you're here to support the consciousness and awakening of humanity. Like that's simply what it is, right? And that's why it's so important to start getting up and speaking, yeah, and doing your thing. Yes, go and watch it. It's powerful, yeah. Leanne says, oh wow, how others see us. I had another dream last night telling me why people don't like me. Something to do with seeing their roots. I'm assuming crowns. I had a lot of dreams that I remember from last night. Yeah, it's all coming through. Love it. Yes, everyone has their own flavor. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Now, if we don't like ourselves, we're going to attract people who don't like us and don't like seeing what we're here to be. But if we start seeing who we really are and owning that, we're going to start attracting people who are also ready to own that. All right, psychic readings. This is how we work. This is how we flow. You can put in a yes, please now. So then I'll have a list of yes, pleases that come up and I will scroll through them. I will pick one and I will read for you. And then if I don't get to everybody, because there's like 40 people, if I was to do 40 readings the way that I read, I would be here until midnight. Probably longer than that. So if I don't get to you, please stay open to hearing whatever messages there are, because they're always going to be a message for you. Yeah. All right, Forest Fern, your name jumped out. Polite declaration. I turned the camera around for you guys. See how organized I am today? Polite declaration. You can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. Where do you need to say, no, I'm good, thanks? This is very heart chakra in the green, and then the red, right? The red is very connected to base chakra, connected to reality. The green is about following your heart. Sometimes we want to say yes, and it's like, we can say yes, and then we're like, actually, I need to change my mind about that. So when we start stepping out of the people pleaser role, it's okay to change our mind when we've already committed to something. Yeah, it's so important to know that you have permission to say yes, right? But if later on you're like, oh, I did it again, I wish I didn't say yes that time, you can change your mind. You've got to change your mind, right? It's okay to change your mind. Look, resilience. So there's no need to rush or push, see? This is a time to take things as they come. You have the determination and patience to handle what is happening. I feel like for you, Forrest, it's like, don't feel like you're missing out, okay? Go at your pace, go at your heart space, right? It's like this, don't feel like you're missing out. It's a feeling of the energy there, because the resilience is like you will get it done, but in Forrest's time, right? And this one, shared inspiration. Throw yourself into a new project, be willing to let go of time constraints and rules, and really be aware of whatever fulfills your heart. There we go. It's just confirming the message I just said for you, right? Polite declaration of the heart. Where are we? All right, it's in this order. Hang on. Doing it backwards. Okay, polite correlation. Oh my God, polite declaration. Polite declaration means say fucking no. No to demands on time and your energy. Go in your direction, go in your time, go in your pace. And shared inspiration. Now I know that you've stepped, you're in trust intuition, and I know that you're going to be working through, and I feel like as I'm talking to you, this is what's coming to mind, is a shared inspiration. Throw yourself into a new project, be willing to let go of time constraints and do it in your time. Do it on Forrest's time, yeah? It feels a big one, but it's okay to say no to other things that you've committed to that are pulling you away from that. It feels like it's time to get it done, if that makes sense, yeah? And the bottom card of the deck is distinctive potential. Rely on your faith and the knowledge that nothing is impossible. Use your determination to hang in there and realize a goal. And that's why I'm like, it's time to get it done. The narwhals, I love these guys so much. They're like, I feel like they're the unicorns that they dove into the sea when they saw what humans were really doing on the planet, and they're like, I'm not coming back until you sort your shit out, basically. I love the narwhals so much. So yes, yeah, this deck is so beautiful, right? It's the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle. You can screenshot that by Angela Hartfield. Yeah, it's so beautiful, right? All right, so okay, so how we work, if you're just jumping on, so you can say yes please, and so I have a fresh row of yes pleases, which you can do now, and then I scroll through them and intuitively pick a person. So Forrest says, I love the picture on the card, also being aware of saying yes, being led, and then fearing saying no afterwards. Yeah, it's a big one, right? It's okay to do that. Also yes to being open to all the new possibilities. Your style, yes, Forrest style is like confirmation for you, right? Confirmation, love it, love it, love it. Awesome, we've got these yes pleases coming through. Okay, all right, Lauren Perosa. Let's have a look here. The mermaids, got lots of water energy coming through. I've been doing like the mermaids and the 2 Tuesday tarots as well, I think. So, okay, Lauren, ready, set, go. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. So I almost want to say, like, what are you waiting for? Like, what are you holding back for? It's almost like, it's going to sound silly, but you're on top of this whale, you're above the water, and it's like you're scared to dive in. There's something that you're teetering on the edge of, and it's like, you know, it's almost like this mermaid's on the back, like ready to dive in, but you're like, I'm not ready. But I feel it's like this fear or something that's coming up, and past life, coming in goosebumps. Of course it's past life, right? Of course it's past life. Because you are worthy enough to have this. You're so welcome, Forrest. You're worthy enough to actually have what your heart's desire, right? It's almost like you want it and you're like, but am I, you know, and it's like you're scared. You're actually just scared to actually have what you really fucking want, like your heart's desire. Lots of heart's desire stuff coming up. So mindset's really going to help you. It's almost like dive in and do it anyway. We've all heard that. Nike, just do it. But the morning affirmations, so your mindset, you know, your mindset's going to get you through that, right? And there might be a past life stuff going on there, because when we're stepping up to the next level, there is this, you know, like sense of, like we can reach a certain point and there's fear, and it can be past life fear, childhood fear, or just a sort of general fear, like we're hitting a what's it called, like we're hitting a glass ceiling. Do you know what I mean? And there's like, that can represent many aspects, like family patterning or past lives or childhood. It can also be like the identity shift, like I did on live stream yesterday, and there's something else coming through as well there. Yeah, that's why the identity is coming through, because it's like leaving everything you've known behind. Like you're leaving your old identity, and that's like the most scary thing. I don't know if you watch my identity shift live stream. I feel like that should be a course or something. It's really potent, guys. If you didn't watch my live stream yesterday, you want to watch it, or multitask listening, as you know we say to do. There's some really potent stuff in there. Like that could be a course of itself, right? So hi Brittany. So a new dawn, the worst is now behind you and positive new experiences are on the horizon. And this is why I'm like, you're afraid of leaving everything that you've known behind, even though you're working towards it and you're not really leaving stuff behind, but you are. It's just an upgrade. Like, oh look, if you need any more confirmation, dream big. Yeah, let go of small thoughts about yourself and see yourself succeeding, which comes back to mindset is what's going to allow you to dive right in and accept your full heart's desire. Bottom card. Oh no, that was the bottom card. No, that was the final card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bottom card. Set your sights higher. Stop like, you know, feeling less than. Like, you know, if you want to work on something, it's your better than, less than, or feeling less than, that you're not good enough. And I do feel there's like little girl stuff that's just scared to let go of everything that she's, you know, ever known, right? Brittany says, yes, it was gold. I know, right? I know. All right, another round of yes, pleases. Let's go. So needed this advice right now. Thank you so much. You're so very welcome. You're so very welcome. Just go and fucking do it. Just do it, but make sure it's bigger. Like, it's almost like whatever you feel your dreams and goals are, go bigger. Or if you're, it's almost, okay, here's the tipper. If you're still scared, if you're, oh my God, this is like so huge, because someone write this down. If you're still scared, it's because you're actually not going for your full dreams. That doesn't even like sound as big as what I can feel. Does that make sense? If you're still scared about doing your, like, you know, you're scared about taking that step or doing the thing, the dive in, right? If you're still scared, it's because you're actually not going for the thing you want. You're settling. Does that make sense? Holy shit, that makes so much sense to me, right? Does that make sense? Like, if you're still scared, it's because you're not, you know, it's like, fuck the skin shedding, fuck all of that. Like, pretty much what we were talking about yesterday, right? In that identity shift live stream, if you're still scared and you're scared and you're teetering on, it's only because you're going for something less than what you really want. Oh my God, that is massive. Because once you actually do what you really want, that is like, you're just like, oh, well, of course it's this. And like, that's true alignment, you know? Oh my God, this is massive. Wow, that makes so much sense. Woof, what a message. I've got goosebumps with that one too. Holy moly. Holy moly. Guys, that is fucking next level. Maybe there's a reason I extended Transcendence. Like, there's still time to get your missions in. I said on the welcome live stream in the group yesterday, you got 24 hours to get your missions in. If you still join and jump in now, because I did extend it for 24 hours. When I release Transcendence in another 9 months, because we do it every 9 months and you get lifetime access. So every time we do a round of this, we layer and layer and we go deeper and deeper, and it's for the energy. Like, all this that you're feeling yesterday's live stream and today's live stream, like, this is Transcendence energy. Like, this is what it's different. You guys can probably feel it, right? So in Transcendence, like I said, the price will be doubling next time I open it in 9 months time when we do the next round, but you'll have lifetime access. That wouldn't apply to you, only if you don't get in now, which I'm just going to pop the link in the comments, because I did get the message to extend it for another 24 hours. So there's still time to jump in. There's pre-work. You can watch the live stream, the welcome live stream that I did in there yesterday, which is also fire in there. It's 555 now. It'll be 1,111 when I open it next round. If you're in the inner circle, you get automatic access. If you want inner circle access, send me a message and we can talk about inner circle. Yeah. Clarity. I know. And that's the thing, right? Confusion comes because you're not letting yourself have what you really want. Confusion comes when you're not letting yourself actually align and have what you like. It just makes so much sense. Like, as soon as you choose that and you step into that and you just work towards that, and that's all that there is, that's the only option. Everything is clear. There is no confusion. There is no turmoil. There isn't any of that. It's just not there. Massive. Massive. All right, let me choose this next person. Are you guys getting activated off this live stream? This is next level. And yesterday. Huge. All right, I'm scrolling all the way back up because I said yes please a while ago. I see you. I see you. I see you. Massive. All right, Sandy Lee. I see a Sandy Lee there. All right, and I already pulled the card for you from the White Light Oracle deck. All right, this one I'm going to have to read from the deck. So Solve Polute. I think from memory this is about a clearing your energy card. But, and the Dakini of the Infinite Light, these cards are so freaking beautiful, right? Yay, you started working on manifesting your own place. This is so exciting to hear. Like, and there's so many things, like I don't know if I shared it yesterday on the live stream when I was looking through everyone's goals and missions. I call them missions in there because we're on a mission to make shit happen. So when I was going through them, like the people that have been in there from the previous rounds, like she was like, things have happened, this has manifested, this has happened, and I'm like, this shit works. You have to do the work, can't just sit back and do nothing. But you know, it's like there's the power of what we're doing in there is something else. It's phenomenal. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting, right? Okay, so as I said, I definitely won't get to everyone because we'd be here until midnight. The way that I read, So, which is 12 hours away. I know from midnight it's probably different time zones, but it's midday here. So, okay. So this one for Sandy Lee is what I thought, right? It's like tune into your heart and you will be able to find your way through any negative or toxic situations. So I just did a reading for Forrest before. It's about tuning into your heart, doing what your heart calls you in your heart's way, in your desires, in your way, right? Oh my gosh, I've got all this, you wouldn't think that I did brush my teeth before, like, right? Got all this seeds from my raw toast before. So, okay. Tune into your heart and you'll be able to find your way through any negative or toxic situation. Engage in self-healing and space clearing. Thought it was an energy clearing card. Commit to regular practices that help you connect to your inner light. Your light shall not be overcome by any darkness or negativity. Take time to clean your heart and mind of negativity by focusing on the divine beings that bring joy to your heart. It is appropriate for you to desire your own personal and sacred space and access it daily. Someone just said about manifesting their new home, I thought. Oh, thank you so much, Leanne, for writing that down. Thank you. I'm just going through these comments here. So, Sandy, Brittany says, yes, I attest to it. Transcendence is where it at. Seriously, guys, you have to get in there. The energy is next level. Okay. So, Sandy, like I said, I won't be able to get to everybody, but if you listen to these messages, they will apply. Yeah? Tune into your heart. You will be able to find your way through any negative or toxic situation. That is coming straight off what we just spoke about. The only reason you're confused, you're carrying negativity, resentment, all those things, or you're clouded, or you're like, do I go this way, or do I go that way, or do I go that, is because you're not letting yourself have full permission to actually let yourself have what your heart wants. You're not actually letting yourself let your heart choose. You might be like, oh, well, I can't because fill in the blank. There's always an excuse. You're scared because you're not letting yourself have what you really want. You're settling. You're like, oh, I can't have that thing, so I'm just going to go for this thing. And you're like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, but, and we can't find motivation and we can't find all these things. Like, it's like, yeah, right? Because we're not actually aligned to it. We don't want that thing. We want that thing. And when we actually just give ourselves permission to have that thing, all the negativity comes off. And I was talking about this actually because I did a live stream. I did the hot seat mentoring and trust intuition this morning, right before this live stream, and we're actually talking about this. That when you're out of alignment, life is hard. When you're out of alignment, you get sick. When you're not listening to your intuition, you get sick, right? And there's all this negativity, and you attract all this darkness and all these bad situations, and blah, because you're out of fucking alignment with your life. You're not letting your heart actually rule the roost, and you're letting everything stop you. Your husband, your partner, your family, this, that, money, blah, blah, blah. The only thing stopping you is you letting yourself actually have what you really want. And when you come into full alignment, all that negativity just disperses. You instantly get healthier, right? It's a thing, yeah? So, Sandy says, so spot on at Crossroads. Right? It's a thing. Like, you can do all the meditations and healings and juice fasts and all the shit, but you won't get as healthy as just listening to your intuition and getting the fuck out of the toxic situation. It's a thing. You know how they say, like, one positive thought can negate 10 negative thoughts? Why do you think that is? Because as soon as you listen to your intuition and actually do what you really want to do and fuck everything else and every excuse under the sun, is because that just shifts everything. Your heart, love, it negates 10 negative things. So you could be sitting over here on this path and you're like, oh, this relationship is toxic and I'm not doing anything about it, but I'm going to complain about it, or this is happening and my health's bad and blah, 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 right? There are also the surface problems. They're the surface problems. The real problem is that you're not letting yourself have what you really want. And when you do this, everything just magically heals itself. Why? Because you're fucking happy. And we know that happiness heals. We know that love heals, but when we're over here not listening to our heart, well, our heart's going to be shut down because we're not listening to our heart, and we're wondering why we can't get love from this person over here, or this thing, or that thing, or that thing. And it's like, well, because we're not letting ourselves have what we really want, because we're settling, because we don't feel like we're good enough, or whatever the fucking story is. But actually, when you just decide and choose that actually this is your reality, everything magically shifts, right? Definitely mind-blowing, right? It's definitely mind-blowing. Okay, so this was for Sandy. Okay, just seeing. Oh, see, look, I'm just going to see what else is going to jump out at me about this card. So it says here, higher beings are lovingly and faithfully working to assist their souls in transition from fear to a love-based inner orientation. Exactly what we're talking about. Inner transformation, right? Orientation, sorry. Higher beings, so your angels, guides, whoever it is, are lovingly and faithfully working to assist souls, i.e. you, in their transition from fear to love-based orientation. A lot of people don't move from what they don't want to what they want is not only because of lack of worthiness, trust in themselves, it's also because you don't love yourself. You actually don't give a fuck about yourself. You would actually rather do everything for everyone else instead of yourself, and then you wonder why you end up resentment, tired, angry, blah, 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 blah. Because you're not doing you. You're not putting yourself first. But the thing is, we can put ourselves first and we can do all these things and have all these boundaries and blah, blah, blah. But if we don't love ourselves, none of that matters either. Who feels loved in their life? Who feels like they love their life? Who feels like they're in joy about their life? Or don't you? Just say yes or no. Yes, I do. No, I don't. 100% honesty. Give it to me. Leanne says more and more every day. Awesome. Jacqueline says nope. Mel, nope. Karen's almost. Awesome. Laura says yes. Getting closer. Yes, sometimes no. Getting there. Yes. No, I don't. Okay, awesome. Awesome for honest reflection. Yeah? Awesome for honest reflection. Because when we're in a space, we do and we don't, we'll find the times that we do are when we're moving closer to what we actually want, giving ourselves permission to what we want. Yeah? Most of the time we're unhappy because we're settling and we're not listening to our intuition or letting ourselves have what we really want. I'm going to give a random example. You go to a restaurant or maybe you want to go out for dinner, but oh, I really want to go to that restaurant. Oh, but money, I'm just going to get Macca's. And then at Macca's, you're like, I really want the Big Mac, but I'm just going to get a cheeseburger. You're not letting yourself have what you really want. And so you're going to feel worse and worse and worse and worse. Social anxiety that you can't enjoy your life. So social anxiety. So anxiety is other people's thoughts in your field. Hence why, coming back to this, clearing your energy, sacred space. Let me read this message again. This is important after what we just talked about now. This will make more sense, right? Tune into your heart and you'll be able to find your way through any negative or toxic situation, because when your heart's shut down, you're shutting it down. It's like a vacuum. So all this negativity comes on top of you and we get anxious because we're carrying everyone else's crap, right? Engage in self-healing and space clearing. Do you clear your energy on a daily basis, right? Commit to regular practices to help connect you to your inner light. These are the clearing practices. These are the sacred spaces you create for yourself. Your light shall not be overcome by any darkness or negativity. You take time to clean your heart and mind of negativity. We do that by crying. We do that by choosing our heart and realizing we're settling, and that's why we're unhappy. And if we really just tune in and give ourselves permission to have what we really want, right, that's going to enable us to expand to that. Yeah. It is appropriate for you to desire your own personal and sacred space and access it daily. Do you love yourself enough to even do that daily? So if you do not have my chakra clearing meditation or my clairsentient sponge meditation, these are like so important, okay? If you do not have these, this is where you start. I'm going to grab the link. They are in my free Clear and Activate pack. It's free. There's no excuses to not use it. And even more still, you don't even have to sit there like Buddha every day. The first time you do, just to listen to it consciously so you know and understand what it is and what's going on. But after that, you could be doing the dishes listening to it. You could be falling asleep listening to it. You could be hanging the washing out listening to it. Okay, there is no excuses not to do this. Okay, what's really important is that when you first sign up, you'll get sent a login and you can log into the members section and there's like a mini course. There's about 5 training videos. Put aside half an hour to do it. I'm sure you sit there, watch Netflix for half an hour. You've got time to sit there for the very first time to watch for half an hour. In the training videos, I go over what's really important to understand about why we do it, how we do it, etc., etc. If you're not doing this on a daily basis, you're going to feel like this in a vacuum and you're going to suck in everybody else's stuff. You're like a sucking in vortex. We don't want to be a sucking in vortex. We want to be an expanding spiral that nothing comes into your energy field because you're so strong, clear, and you're letting your heart be the shield. An open heart is the shield for negativity. You might think the opposite. You're like, oh, if I've been hurt before and I can't do that. It's like, actually, your heart transmutes. What did we talk about? Your heart transmutes negativity. Your heart transmutes all the dark stuff. But most people walking around with closed and hurt hearts, and so it actually acts a vortex, like inwards, and it just sucks all the dark spiral in, right? So I'm just popping the link in now. Like I said, you sign up for it. It's in exchange for an email. That's it. There's no thing that you have to buy. Then you send a confirmation email. Make sure you check your junk box if it doesn't go, like if you don't get it within about 15 minutes, sometimes it goes to spam. And then you can log in and watch those training videos. You can download the MP3 so you can put it on your phone onto your, your meditation playlist on your iTunes or whatever it is that you listen to it. And that way you can, listen to it offline. Okay. But go through those videos first. The chakra clearing meditation is about 6 to 7 minutes long, maybe about 8 minutes long. And it will help clean your energy. Just like you're having a shower every day and washing yourself, so too do you need to clean your energy, okay? And if you haven't cleaned your energy, and if I asked you, like, when was the last time you cleaned your energy? And you're like, oh, like 6 months ago, or oh, yeah, I did that about a couple of years ago. Imagine not having a shower for that long. Ugh. No wonder you're feeling all this anxiety and stuff because you're just clouded with everyone's fucking energy, right? We're like sponges. In that Clear and Activate pack, there's the clairsentient sponge clearing meditation. The clairsentient sponge clearing meditation is like your next level chakra clearing. It's deeper, it's more powerful. You feel like, especially if you're clairsentient and you feel, or an empath and you feel everything, which we do. And sometimes we don't even realize that we're feeling other people's stuff and we just think it's us and we go into this dark spiral, right? And we get pulled down, and that's when people, if they don't know this stuff, that's when people leave the planet and they suicide. And all sorts of things, or they get really sick because they don't know how to harness these energies. They don't know how to make their energy strong so that they don't get bombarded by everyone else's energy, let alone the technologies that evil people on the planet are using to try and stop us from having an open heart and being strong and empowered and changing the fucking world, right? So, don't have to change the world, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say, right? Clairsentient sponge clearing meditation, go through the instructions, make sure you watch those videos. It's so freaking important, okay? So when you're trying to make a decision, clear your energy, right? Learn to love yourself, create space for this, yeah? And you'll start to have direction in your life again and start to realize where you are hiding your light, where you are settling for less than what you want, because by not choosing what you really want is going to cause all the issues because you're going off path. What you really want keeps you on path. And we all want that. We all want our life purpose. Show me what my life purpose is, life purpose queen. And I'm like, okay, well, you're going to trust yourself and actually have what you really want, because that's it. That's it. And all the steps you take will get you there and show you more once you start taking those steps. But everyone's usually too scared to do that. But now you know you're only scared because you're not having what you really want. So the solution to that is just to choose what you damn well want, right? This is the bottom card of the deck of what I chose for Sandy. I just want to see what it says. Dakini of infinite light, which is so interesting, right? Clear your energy so you can awaken the infinite light within you. Where's the thing? How powerful. I'm sure it's a similar message to that. Let me check. I don't know these cards off by heart yet. Some decks I've had for years and I still don't know the thing, and I'm just reading from the book. I don't read. I just skim over and see what jumps out at me. Seek and you shall find. Choose what you really want and it shall show up. They're my words. Seek and you shall find, it says. Find the teachers and teachings which feel pure to your heart. Ah, what do you know? You're here with me. Nah, I'm just floating my own boat, right? Find the teachers and teachings which feel pure to your heart, but remember it is the inner truth that of you that will ultimately set you free. Oh my God, is this like not what we're fucking talking about? I'm sorry. This is literally what it says, right? I'm not making this shit up. Look, I'll hold it still. You can screenshot it if you don't believe me. Like, no joke. I gotta start this again. Seek and you shall find. I'm just blown away. Find the teachers and teachings which feel pure to your heart. But remember, it is the inner truth of you that will ultimately set you free. Do not give your power away by settling, but do trust in a greater guiding wisdom at work in all aspects of your light, also known as your heart, by the way. Ask for help from enlightened spiritual beings in any matter of concern, and help shall be granted. Believe all problems can be resolved, and a more graceful life experience is opening up for you now. What absolute confirmation of what we've just been talking about. That was for Sandy, but I think that was for everybody. I think it was for everybody. That's fucking amazing. That is amazing. I love that. I love that so much. Thanks, Jacqueline. Yes. Susie says, I needed this. Yes, now you know how to pull yourself out of that downward spiral, right? And truth be told, in transcendence is what we're doing. We're connecting to the true source. We're connecting to the spiral up. We're unplugging from the darkness. We're unplugging from the AI. We're unplugging from the dark satanic grip. We're unplugging from the downward spiral, and we're plugging into the true source. We're plugging into that. We're coming over to the crystal spiral, the crystalline spiral, the crystalline spiral. And it's, if you've watched the energy of this live stream and my identity shift yesterday, imagine what it's like being in transcendence. I've extended the doors open for another 24 hours. So the link is on my page. I didn't pin it to the top because we started talking about past lives, right? And it's almost like we started talking about past lives and how the karmic cycle is no longer a thing. And the whole concept of understanding of the karmic spirituality is shifting on the planet. And look what we've ended this live stream on: transcendence energy, choosing your heart, choosing the true source code, the crystic spiral, the crystalline manifestation tree. That it's, I don't think I need to say more. I think you guys just need to really be like in that activation, because that's what this live stream was about. I didn't know we were doing a live stream that was an activation, but hey, that's just what it turned out to be. So, you know, do you love yourself enough to believe that you deserve the things that are good for you? Yes, exactly, right? And it's just even choosing that. And I want to add on to that, to choose that, right? It's not even about like believing it. And yes, we need to like change our beliefs and our mindset for sure, but it's also deciding that I'm actually not going to tolerate that anymore, and this is now what my life is. And it's as simple as choosing your heart, right? Of course, there's like all the unthreading and the stuff that comes along with that. But when you've chosen your heart, everything becomes easier in the long run, faster. Your health improves, your wealth improves, your love improves, your whole life improves, your glow improves, because you've chosen that. Yeah? Leanne says, I feel so much better when I use the recalling your energy, grounding and chakra clearing every day. I use them in the shower. Multitasking queen. So the recalling your energy meditation is in the there's two free meditation packs that you should have of mine. There should be your standard go-tos, is the Clear and Activate pack, and then also the Essentials meditation pack, which I'll pop the link in for that as well. They both have training videos, and the reason I put training videos in these free packs, or in all my things that I teach, sell, share, free or paid, I put specific training videos in there because I help you understand why we use them, when we use them, how you can use them in ways that are emergencies and blah, blah, blah. Because if you don't, for me personally, if I don't understand a concept of why I need to do something, I just plain and simple don't do it. Let's be real. I won't do it unless I know the reason why I'm doing it. And then when that coupled with feeling the benefits of it, I'm like, oh, here's my non-negotiable and what I always do now. Yeah? Yeah. Yes, you're so welcome, Michelle. Mel says, loving this, so many nuggets of gold. So much, right? So much. So much. Yeah, Jasmine said it too. Anxiety is just other people's thoughts and your energy going to share that. Yeah, it is, right? 100% it is. Like, there's so many reasons for anxiety, but the biggest thing is other people's thoughts and your energy. Plain and simple. And your heart energy is not strong enough in itself for you. Yeah? 100%. 100%. So yes, love, love, love. Dan says, how come everything I want is bad for me? That's a concept that you have for yourself, that it's bad for you. Maybe you were taught that as a child. You can't have that, it's bad. By whose fucking concept is it bad? Like, come on, let's be real. We want what we want because we want. Sometimes I sit there and I eat a block of Cadbury chocolate because it's what I want. Is anything wrong? Is it bad? Not when I'm about to bleed and I need to sit down and chill and watch Netflix. I'm going to eat a block of chocolate and my cup of tea. Thank you very much. Everyone can just fuck off telling me it's bad. I'll do what I want. The bad concept, the good concept is only what you perceive it to be. No one else. No one else. Yeah. No one else. I'm just scrolling back through these comments to make sure that I do that. All right, just checking these comments. Yay. Okay. All right, just checking here. Okay, so what was the past lives one? Oh yeah, so the past life one. Oh yeah, I don't think I pinned it. Sorry, I popped it in. So our 3-day past life masterclass starts next Wednesday or Tuesday night, depending on whereabouts you are in the world. So it'll be Wednesday morning for Australian time zone, and Tuesday night / afternoon for the other side of the world. There's replays available in that. I'll just pop the link in now and I'm going to pin that to the top there. If it'll let me load. Yep. So you can check that out. If you're in Transcendence Reality Society, which is the inner circle, you get automatic access to it. So don't go and purchase it, because as a member of the inner circle, you get automatic access to it. You're already in there. So you can check the link there. There's all the details on there, but basically it's 3 days. We're going to focus on all the ins and outs of past lives, why you should do them, why you should not, all the good, bads, right, wrong, ugly, from all different perceptions, if you may. We're going to unlock certain keys. We're specifically focusing on health, wealth, and love for these ones, and unlocking the things that are holding you back in current day reality. We've got the eclipse season coming up. It starts at the end of this month in April, and then it's like, I think there's 2 or 3, I think there's 2 more in May. And I was guided to hold this 3-day past life masterclass so that we can sort of like clear the slate and unlock this before the eclipses. The eclipses are like portals to past lives, they're portals to other dimensions. And if we've got this past life stuff running, it's gonna thread into it. Interesting, I chose a 3-day masterclass and I'm pretty sure there's 3 eclipses coming up. That's interesting in itself. Ooh, we're gonna dive into that in the masterclass. And those connections, that's gonna be pretty potent. So you can check out the link on there. I'm not going to do any more psychic readings now. I feel like I'm done after my Trust Intuition live stream as well this morning. Transcending our past lives. Oh my God. Gold, pure gold. I love that. Love that so much. So awesome. All right, guys, I'm out. I shall see you very soon. Keeping it real as always.